Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the day started. The market's in a frenzy. Official test start time 2 minutes. 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each. 5 computer spaces in between. 5 words each sentence. 5 revisions. You can use your hyper scientific or you can use any artificial intelligence or technology. You must show the work and share it with the class. If you do not, I'm going to assume all you did was use technology, you will get zero credit for it. So let's get this day started. I'm gonna go place my order in. We have a lot of ground to cover. We're gonna divide it into a few segments. So bear with me. I'm making some adjustments. Let's grab us a cup of cafecito. One quick second. I forgot I gotta take this. But since you guys are with me, you can do first of all, just go open up our kiosk and press that order. And then go to the stores and deals. We're going to scroll. We already know what we want, but let's take a look. Within a taco situation, the pumpkin spice, let's see if it's available. Nope, still off. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's go preview, roll, or actually, I'm going to use my barcode. Just like a big one, anything you can put a barcode on it, you can tap your WhatsApp and your Cash App. And of course, you know, the separate nice caramel coffee. These, yeah, let's go medium. I'm going to go over the top, actual order, and everything, anything else, next time. But we do need to get a water. So here, let's go. Okay, hard. So, this is good. Let's go. Please follow. One quick second. Let's use technology. There's a reason why we only do this. Rule number one is we only do business in Bitcoin. See, one second. There you go. With the barcode just in case. So this is done. Let's go. This with this, right? Now we can get started. So multiple meetings, mandatory meetings. We're gonna give you a few business examples. We'll use it as additional credit for your psychology series, so you guys can knock out both modules at the same time. And let's get started. Oh, actually, before we go into theory and stuff like that, um, let me just start with a few company announcements. Welcome to all family members, friends, colleagues, business partners, peers, people that inspire us, that motivate us, all God's people, people from the church, charity, stuff like that. So, yesterday was the first of a sequence um, agreed to by my legal team and my management team to increase the prices to be able to commune with me on the net, which is the only place all my negotiations are exclusive to the net. Yesterday, the price increased to 87.750 million, and on let me see. In about 2 more minutes, that's going to increase to 225.225 million. And that's the biggest announcement that we have for today. So, as you know, yesterday's price is not today's price. Now, this is important because it already locks in the initial investment. It's already solidified as far as the auction. We sought out venture capital, angel investor, business partners, many famous celebrity billionaires, and all the money that we wanted to raise. The first round, pre-seed of funding, pre-revenue, pre-everything, was only to market the auction. And if we just take, you know, a few $1 million and have one conversation with Gary Vaynerchuk, VaynerMedia is more than well equipped to handle that. That is actually the bridge to Taylor Swift, which is another investment which we don't really have to disclose at this moment. But any further information, Crystal Delgado, my top music attorney, um, she's also an artist. Just look her up. Austin, Texas, for Delgado Law Group. And it's important that we let you guys know that we are always here, open for business, available for negotiation. Negotiations are ongoing. Now, there's more details that will be disclosed with potential investors. So, moving beyond that, the market's in a frenzy right now. There's a lot of conventions going on. Hong Kong is the talk of the town. As you know, I have two Lamborghini Veneno roasters in Hong Kong, and a potential for a potential third one still under negotiations. But I was able to close the deal on the Cyan roaster, which we have that in Dubai. I have a yellow Aperta La Ferrari. I have an AMG GT1, um, dark livery on it. I need that car for my little baby cousin Josh. He would like that shit. Um, I started him with the Artura, and then I moved him up to like GT3 RS, GT2 RS. So I think he could handle the power. It's the fastest car in the Nürburgring. Um, the BYD sports car, the ultimate version, definitely have a few of those on order. That may be one of the debut vehicles. I'm sure we'll put a project together where our business partners at NVIDIA, Samsung, Apple, Huawei, Xiaomi, Nokia, we can definitely work something out because this is also going to open the door for us and NVIDIA to continue the development of the video game system. So, as far as we know, these are the titles that will come with the system: Transformers, Gundam Wing, and a version of Sonic. Then we'll have simulators like flight simulators and sports car simulators. Something I don't want to compare it to Forza and Gran Turismo, but something in that style. And we welcome all new writers and developers to collaborate with us. Maybe you have a game concept that may be out of the ordinary. We want to listen to your concept. We want to see your drawing boards, what you've been building with. um, so remember, we're always here to do business. Real estate presents an opportunity in Hong Kong, which is something that we're already invested in, already diversified in. But because I know so many big firms are neglecting that segment, I would like to push forward with a much bigger investment for real estate to hedge that investment into the auction. So, what does the auction consist of? First of all, there's different ways to do the auction. Just like we had an issue with World Guinness Record, right? And we went to the blockchain. We went to OpenSea, then we went to Rarible, secured two business partnerships there. We've been amazing partners for 3, 4 years. So shout out to them and all the people that make that happen. Um, Basically, we wouldn't need Guinness or to pay Guinness the $25 million plus that they asked me for because I broke so many records. But on the blockchain, verification is listed, and you cannot copy it, you cannot duplicate that. So we had a great learning experience working with OpenSea and now Rarible, and then being able to kind of bring both back to work together because there's no longer a need for those two companies to compete. We're just here to provide a unique product and service to the masses. In the auction architecture, of course, we considered Christie's and Sotheby's. Matter of fact, let me send this to corporate. Give me one quick second. I do apologize. As you can see, the market is in a rally, so we're still keeping track of the markets. Don't think that we're not. Give me one quick second, but let me send this to corporate so that everybody can have it. Shout out to Mauricio Ruiz and the rest of the team. Um, okay, so give me one quick second. Make sure this is in corporate. For education, I put everything there on the modules for people to check it out. Oh, no, it's okay, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everything is technology, mama. Everything is technology. Okay. So let's um let's do a nice recap. Give this a quick second. So first things first. Shout out to TMP, the manager's playbook, excellent community on YouTube, excellent Discord, excellent advice, excellent guests, um, very profound knowledge into everything that's music, entertainment, technology, etc. There's a lot of mentors that you could find there to inspire you. If you're an artist, you're a manager, a producer, an engineer, a promoter, digital marketer, it doesn't matter. There's something there for everybody. It doesn't matter what market you're from. There's so much talent there from all over the world. You just cannot, you really can't go wrong. I wouldn't have hired Mauricio Ruiz after the first initial introduction if I didn't see a potential in him long term. I believe in my heart Mauricio Ruiz is the best manager in the history of music. And I believe our brand, Venom R1, is the best musical brand in the history of music. So us combining forces is a no-brainer. Um, Again, that's still a fine dance. Things take time. Things don't happen overnight. But basically, um, once we broke all of these Guinness records, and Guinness requested over $25 million. Could be 30, 35, could be 40, $50 million. We don't know. We went directly to the blockchain because in the blockchain, it's instant verification. There's no denying it. It's, you can't fake streams on the blockchain. All these things that are common consensus now that more professionals in the industry are talking about. Basically, that's why you would go there. So sad that we didn't know that Guinness is a business, and we had to learn that the hard way. Great marketing, great way that they built their brand, but there's a reality at the end of it. So I feel that the general public needs to know that they're a business. Now, because of the technology and because of what had been established by the Billionaire Boys Club in the beginning of 2021, I had no choice. I had just built my company a few years earlier, just my technology company, just this part of my portfolio. And I was able to respond to their billionaire moves within 5, 6 months. By 7 months, 8 months, I already have my entire catalog on the blockchain as an NFT. That's a difference from having a song or a single or an album, or a mixtape, or a compilation, or EP, or a double, triple, quadruple album, which I'm the first artist to ever do that, right? That I know of, right? I have masters with 50 songs on it. So how many artists are gonna release an album to you as a master? Say, yo, there's 50 songs right there. People becomes common consensus. Public acceptance was the sale of every day through Christie, Sotheby's, etc. Traditional, conventional avenues, which, because we're a technology company, we're moving beyond that. Shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk, Patrick Bet-David. So, moving forward, we knew we needed a new strategy, right? A lot of people could talk a good game when it comes to technology, but we've been building this technology before the Bitcoin white paper. We had to wait for the technology to catch up to our vision. Now we're seeing everything being implemented. Now everybody wants to talk about AI. What are the avenues for retail? Let's go to Christie's and let's continue to build on this legacy of historical moments in art, technology, etc. Let's go to Sotheby's. Let's let them compete for our business because we know we have a unique value-based proposition. So we're only here to do business. We're not here to waste your time. That's not what we're here to do. Now, the dynamic changes because they go from not being interested to being interested to not being interested to them making offers, putting stipulations, constraints, when it should have been a streamlined flow like it was for people. I don't want to put it into a definition, but you, the audience, conceptualize and visualize what I'm trying to convey to you. You have to travel with me to the future. Great. Those two avenues now have to fight for our business. We already proved to them what we could do. We approached them with 5,000 songs, and in a few years, we have 10,000 songs. So, what is the percentage of growth in the initial offer and what was delivered? We went above and beyond. Whatever the standards were, whatever the mold was, technology, right over it. Still challenges. But then a miracle sage appears. I find Yoda, Gary Vaynerchuk, the V Friends, completely new franchise. IPO comparable to what? Disney? What not? Another powerful tool, just like Manek. No person on earth has used Manek the way that I have. One of the original beta testers from day one, the most expensive artist, the most expensive CEO, the most expensive entrepreneur. I am the most expensive person you could talk to on Manek. It must be for a reason. The prices have never gone down. The prices have always gone up. Today, as of 8:48, the prices stand at 225,225,225, $2.25 and 99.98 worth of pennies. Now, we raised venture capital for the digital marketing for the auction. I had to make this investment as small as some people's mentality is. Let's keep it simple. We can use Mauricio Ruiz as an example. Listen, Mr. Mauricio Ruiz, we own a technology company. Don't talk to me about music. Beyond that, we've evolutionized. We're outside of that industry. We're in entertainment, wearable technology, fashion, jewelry, clothing, live entertainment. I mean, I could just keep going. The video game system, autonomous systems, automotive designs, and the list goes on and on and on, including business partnership with Taylor Swift. I don't even want to disclose that. But any questions? Crystal Delgado, Delgado Law Group, top music attorney, You can find her on YouTube. Write to her, email her, call the office, pass by, have a conversation. There are retainer fees. She is not she's not cheap. Top music attorney, top money. Number one means number one. This project, this artist is number one. There's nothing on the market prepared for this. We cannot continue to waste time. Every day we cannot have a meeting about the same things. This is the first exec you're seeing on TMP. Speak to you. No industry accolades. Zero. All I have is 10,000 songs in my catalog. You might be interested in a conversation with me. I don't know about you. I would be. My engineering company has everything from military design to civilian design, medical designs. That's my specialty. Air Force, Space Force. Part of 1 to 2% on planet Earth. Keep my credentials on 24/7, baby. No bullshit. We're talking about NVIDIA. $5 trillion valuation. Just signed an agreement to go to the Dominican Republic and build a gigafactory where I already have many in construction. Where my family is from. Where my roots are the deepest. I almost have land. If not all of it. Strategic partnership. The power output of that factory, whether it's 2 gigs, 3 gigs, 4 gigs, is going to tell us the size of the potential they saw in that investment. So I don't need to convince you of anything. We're taking this collection of NFTs, which we're going to talk about the records, to auction. Let's talk about every day. Every day represented 5,000 images over the career of Beeple, the digital artist known as Beeple. Blanquito, Flaquito. You know what I mean? For the people in my culture. I did what Beeple did lyrically. 5,000 images, 5,000 songs. That's what we came to the market with. Want to talk records? Let's talk records. 2021, first artist to put my entire catalog on the blockchain as NFTs. Not any other artist, which I don't even need to mention. We have the metadata to prove it. Their release came out on the 10th, ours came out on the 25th, but our programming was from the second week of July. You cannot fake it on the blockchain. This is OpenSea Rarible. Respect the company's excellent business partners. And we're only here to do business. $987 songs, 94 albums, 296 collaborations. 2022 record year, 2,600 songs released. 2023, 2,545. I didn't want to break my record. 2024, less than 400 songs. My worst year. Highest level of stress. 2025, 1,180 something. Let me give you an exact number so you can understand how we do business. You know what I'm saying? All we want to do is run your business. That's it. All we want to do is earn your business, right? Okay. 1,186. That's where I stand for 2025. That's a new world record. My last album came out uh, October 25th. No, September 25th. Hypnosis became this giant in music because it started buying all the radio top 100 catalogs everywhere. Offers were going on internationally, nationally, etc. Then it was giving away like $40 million contracts at best, right? You guys know who we're talking about. That group of people, that collective, just in those years. Um, Blackstone buys Hypnosis, one of our direct business partners. Link up with me on LinkedIn. We're sort of a big deal over there. And presenting a new opportunity to do business because we had negotiated with the top major labels. We're not going to put everybody's, you know, data points for the public to consume, but Warner Brother expressed the biggest interest. The bidding started at 400 million. I countered. I came back at over 900 million. Then it eventually went over $1 billion. This is 2023. They used a strategy that they used like 3 different execs to try to negotiate with me. Didn't work. As of 2025, they lost 5.5 billion for not taking that deal, and we have the metadata to prove it. That's not including any verticals or horizontals. For people like Mauricio Ruiz, everybody at the manager's playbook, so they can take notes. Please highlight that in the box and then fill it in. They lost $5.5 billion. I'm going to refrain from being an artist and saying something that my culture would really understand with one sentence. 27 minutes, 15 seconds have gone by. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, tune out. This is not for you. If it is for you, welcome. We appreciate your presence and we enjoy your stay here with us. If you look me up on the neck, you're going to see my 2 Lamborghini Veneno roasters that I have in Hong Kong. This is to let you know what you're getting yourself into. Right there it says corporate office is in Tokyo, Japan, 10,000 song catalog, artist. Um, my music is on bandlab.com/VenomR1. All negotiations are exclusive to the next 225-hour minimum. Only 87,750,000 to speak to me. Million. Just in case I only accept Bitcoin. Just to give you an idea. So again, remember with Manek, nobody ever used Manek how I use Manek. We're going to be teaching university masterclasses, beginning as soon as possible on it. I have to get approval from Patrick Bet-David. But BlackRock takes notice. They want to be in the segment, common sense. They don't want to just do military technology, medical technology, etc., which we are also direct major business partners with BlackRock. So BlackRock says, oh, Blackstone bought Hypnosis, I get it. Blackstone is trying to move into the segment that BlackRock still has and dominates. Doesn't just have, they have the market and they dominate it. Look how many investment firms are diversifying in markets like Asia. They're just providing access to investments here in companies like a BlackRock or a Blackstone. So it's the same game being played all over the board of success. Here we come in. It starts with the military designs, which obviously none of you have government clearance and we cannot disclose that publicly. But all the designs are breakthrough designs. We go into medical, breakthrough designs. We go into civilian design, breakthrough designs that the market continues to show us there's a higher, even higher need than we could have anticipated in 2017 when I started this company. and look at the books that I've written and put out into the market, now available for free. They're off Amazon.com. Just go on my LinkedIn and start reading. Step by step, how we built the company. You can look back. Consistency, we are the definition of consistency. We have 10,000 songs on the market available for negotiations today. Those cars are only like $30 million each. That's nothing. We're talking quantum computing. We're talking quantum technology. My video game system is quantum. I don't know what your video game system is, but I know what mine is. Electronics, luxury electronics, the video game industry is way bigger than movies, music, streaming, etc. Everything that stems from those industries, video games encapsulates all of that in one segment. So just that vertical and that horizontal is something we cannot access for the investors, because all we're doing is raising venture capital for VaynerMedia, our direct partner. We're talking Taylor Swift, VeeFriends, Rarible. I mean, the list goes on. These are titans. These are juggernauts of business and technology. This is not regular people. Shout out to Arlen Hamilton for coming back and forgiving us. Shout out to Mark Cuban for forgiving us. People like Mauricio Ruiz, we're going to train him little by little, baby steps, sippy cups, little compotas, the little baby bananas. We're just going to, so you can learn. This is good people. This is people that are trying to make you a billionaire. This is not people that are not trying to make you a billionaire. This is the people that are trying to make you a billionaire beyond the limitations that you place on yourself. We see great potential in you, but you have to understand, we're not talking Sony. We're not talking Warner Brothers. We're not talking Universal. We're talking BlackRock and Blackstone, NVIDIA and Apple, Samsung and Huawei, Nokia and Xiaomi. Nokia owns 7,000 patents in this technology. We're in an emerging market, and we are an emerging company. We have to make sure that what we design is completely different to their design. 7,000 patents. One of the modules that I put up for business for the Tiger sisters, one of the sisters owns 50 patents. One. She doesn't even talk to people. You could walk past her down the street. You don't know. She owns, of those 7,000, she owns 50. That's all she needed. All you need is one. Bubble Crush became Color Switch. That architecture became Candy Crush. You know how much money that's worth? Every single day. Billions and billions of people. Those little click ads make a few cents, but it's so many of them that it makes millions and billions and millions and billions and millions and billions. Different seasons, different valleys, different peaks. There's a lot of different verticals and horizontals for applications, a small part of the internet. Shout out to Anthony Robbins, which is announced as a strategic partner for Patrick Bet-David, Valuetainment, but especially for Nanette. We welcome this aura. We are gathering for the future. Like-minded individuals that are visionaries. We see the future. Of all my mentors in my books, in real life, we have Patrick Bet-David, Gary Vaynerchuk, Warren Buffett, Anthony Robbins. I got 4. I got a Mark Cuban to make up the difference. We have other prominent figures, but everything takes time. Again, we're not just on this channel. We don't just do fashion. We don't just do entertainment. We are a technology company. Everything that technology eclipses and crosses across, all across the board, that's what our company does. All right. So, VeeFriends. Let's talk about VeeFriends. Gary Vaynerchuk is an inspiration. He started his everything talking about wine. When I started my radio show and my podcast, which I didn't know at the time was the inception to my technology and my media company. I was talking about wine and I was talking about Bitcoin. And I was listening to jazz, and it was conversation style. That turned into books, into series, into everything that we have going on right now. That's how he started. This guy is from like right before the Windows 95. We went to the future. He was right there. Direct marketing, email marketing, how you have the MailChimps and all these other services. I gave you guys all the AI tools that you need. There's just no excuse. Now it's about, are you going to invest every single day into yourself and whatever you're doing, whatever you're contributing to this company, because there's enough for everybody. NVIDIA alone, one of our most strategic business partners, has a $5 trillion valuation. BlackRock manages more than that, and Blackstone as well. And Blackstone is the little brother. The little brother made a power move with acquiring Hypnosis. We want to be there for that. So we don't just have strategic partnerships with Apple for hardware, software. This includes iTunes and Apple Music, direct deals with them. It doesn't mean we have to just use United Masters. And shout out to Steve Stone, shout out to Alphabet, Google, all the investors over there, all strategic business partners, and all merits to everybody involved into our brand, which is completely different. VFriends is the new Pokemon. It's the new Disney, it's the new Star Wars, it's the new Marvel, it's the new DC. All these characters, they're all positive, they're all for education, all designed by hand for and from Gary Vaynerchuk. They have cards, collectibles, merchandise, media, all those things. You know what you have now? Social media shopping is the biggest thing in Asia. America's still falling behind. We're late. Here comes Whatnot. It's an entire platform for me to auction whatever I want right now. I could go to market with my NFTs right now. I just need the marketing. This is why we sought out venture capital, angel investors and things like that. Not for anything else, just for the auction. Because you have to make it the size where people can understand. I have automotive designs that if I went and engineered in Asia, I may lose my military credentials. So I'm not going to take that risk. I'm learning the fine dance. Elon Musk did it. We competed in the military competition, and he has businesses there on the civilian front. And people understand because people of business, they get it. Now I had to learn from that. I had to, instead of fighting against Elon Musk and battling with him, we let the technology speak for itself and we could still do business. Shout out to Elon Musk, another strategic business partner, not just through SpaceX, not just through Solar City, not just through Starlink, but also Tesla. I have electric designs built around that architecture. He saved me billions of dollars in my company. He did that as a gift. He showed me a lesson in a way that I could have never learned any other way. But we're not here to disclose that. The point is, we're moving forward with technology, we're moving forward with business. This is one of the verticals, one of the horizontals. Even more that we add to this portfolio. We host the auction. Let's talk about the records. Beeple sells for about $70 million. Highest selling, highest grossing NFT as a one-piece NFT collectible, representing commemorative the 5,000 images that he had illustrated throughout his career. I didn't know he had an auction a few months prior to that, and a few months prior to that, he already had made a few $1 million. But that's another conversation. Side note for the manager's playbook, so everybody in management could start taking notes. So that record is broken a year and a half, 2 years later. It's a different kind of NFT because now this is not a singular NFT. It's a community-based NFT. So 30,000 NFTs compose the one. And when they all combine, they change form and they all become a unique NFT. That record stands at $102 20 something million, give and take, right? Now, if you combine both, you're looking at an evaluation of right under 200 million, which if you calculate inflation, what happened since then, the changes, you can actually calculate the data and know what the value will be, which is why we raised the prices on the neck. Now it's 225 million and above. We need to secure that we were going to break that record. And all of this was programmed when the NFTs were designed. You're seeing how the NFT has evolutionized. It's basically its own bank. So I am the financier. I own the bank that deals in this investment, right? So in this auction, we're going to have the single NFT sale of the 5,000 songs, but then we're going to have a multiples NFT sale, which we're going to set it at no less than 225,000 NFTs, so that we don't just break the record of 30,000, we eclipse it. The first community-based project that was a success was the CryptoPunks. They were a community of 10,000. Within a few years, you have Beeples every day. That was 30,000. So 300% growth, right? Now we have an opportunity to capitalize almost 200,000, the same margin, maybe 100,000, let me see, 190,000 give and take to compensate for that. So we'll do 225,000. Now the world can be a part of it, because the marketing will be in place and people will know exactly what they're bidding on. Then there's other special editions that are going to go for sale as well. But then the actual record, that's going to be a whole nother NFT. Whatever the record is, outside of estimates or guesstimates, or no, it's going to be accurate to the T. That one is going to be more. In this auction, all of these auctions will take place at the same time, all to the highest bidder, all over the world. Same thing with me engineering a vehicle in the Asias, where I'm Godzilla over there, right? I'm King Kong over there, right? If you do it in a place like Dubai, where it's more lenient with technology, because they don't want you to just get investment money from them, they want you to invest in their graphic, in their demographic, right? That also can be a conflict of interest for investors here in the United States. We are an American-based company, so we pay taxes here, we pay taxes overseas. So we wanted to do everything here so it can be regulated by the SEC. The manager's playbook. Please take notes. Attention, Mauricio Ruiz. Box it, highlight it, fill it in. Put me up on the board. Take a moment, breathe, compose yourself, pray, meditate. Let's have a quick prayer. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we don't have, because we're in the process of getting it. And in that journey, everything we do is in your name. Amen. Amen. So there are many churches and charities that depend on us. Millions and millions of people all over the world that go hungry every day. I chose to do these things with my catalog. There's many charities, the Navy SEALs, the Baby SEALs, the Shriners, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. These are the people that we're trying to impress. We don't care about the media, the industry. We're a technology company. We have our own smartphone, we have our own tablets, we have our own video game system, we have wearable technology, we have augmented reality. I show you the prototypes almost every day. These are some of the prototypes. You go on my social media, you can see what the other ones do and stuff like that. Shout out to Oakley, shout out to Meta, shout out to Ray-Ban, shout out to Mark Zuckerberg, among many, many direct or indirect business partnerships that we have. Many investors want to come in, and they don't want to just finance the auction. In the United States, regulated under the SEC, in a major concert, in a venue where the last place that we negotiated was the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, my home. my hometown, one of my homes. Most of my family is there, a huge part of my family. All entrepreneurs, all people of business, all people of God, all people of the churches. They will know exactly what to do with all of these investments. So we'll have the concert to launch the tour, we'll have the auction, and from there, here we go. We didn't want to go through Ticketmaster and Live Nation, but our business partner, Taylor Swift, has very favorable terms. So maybe we'll disclose it with her through a Gary Vaynerchuk through VaynerMedia by putting, 40, 50, 100, 200 million into the marketing that is going to be taking place for the auction so that we could do it on our terms. And, we're all responsible for paying our own taxes. That's it. There's nothing to talk about. People that understand will be there. To go to the event, you need the NFT. Without the NFT, you cannot enter. You are buying a moment of history in time, in real time. Now, today is November the 4th, 2025. We don't have any time to spare. Negotiations must continue. The prices just went up. You know what that means for everybody in the company? Get to work today. Mauricio Ruiz, the manager's playbook. Everybody over there, get to work. People like VaynerMedia and Valuetainment and Apple and Samsung and Huawei and BlackRock and Blackstone are waiting on you. We're waiting on you. You're late. You had to be at the meeting yesterday, last week, last month, last year. If we make it about music, you guys are going to throw your music industry tentacles. They don't belong here. This is technology. We're not in the same league or the same category. We have over 1,001 albums ready right now, already on the blockchain. 10,000 songs. How many verticals? How many horizontals? After we have the auction, the world comes to us. Guinness comes to us. Nike comes to us. Reebok comes to us. Under Armour comes to us. Adidas comes to us. PlayStation comes to us. Xbox comes to us. Nintendo comes to us. We don't need to go anywhere. We have the biggest catalog. So there's no time to waste. There's nothing else to talk about. How big is your mentality will determine how big this investment and how much of a priority it is to you. Would you like the opportunity to invest into the auction? This is your opportunity. Everything else stems from that. What's the best and the world's greatest marketing campaign ever? You just heard it. The world will spin in a different direction when the world knows, oh man, look at this auction. We have to see this. My granddaughter Nolany is the owner of the company. I have a boss. She works for me. I work for her. You understand me? Once she's old enough to take over the company, I could just be an old person. Cool. Then she'll help me with my little retirement, whatever I decide to do. When you're talking Patrick Bet-David, you're talking about the New York Yankees. That's the owner of the New York Yankees. That's my business partner, my mentor. He's in my books. I'm part of Valuetainment forever. I'm a day one Valuetainment executive. We run laps around Fortune 500 companies for breakfast. By the time you wake up in the morning, it's too late. We had 40 years of preparation and training to deliver everything we deliver every single day. So this is the call to action. This is a gathering of the minds for the company so everybody can understand where we stand. If we all are on the same page and we move in the same direction at the same time, anything is possible. Or remember that history is being written. How are we writing about these things in the book of history? Those people that close doors, we will always remember them. We will always remember them. So this is a bigger opportunity than, you know, me looking into my garage and seeing that. We're we're past that. I'm not here to drive $5 million cars. I'm here to drive 20, 30, $40 million cars. I'm not here to own a small company or a small investment or a small product. We do everything. The wearable technology is crazy. The augmented reality technology is crazy. The fashion design is crazy. The jewelry design is crazy. Automotive designs, autonomous systems, crazy. Medical systems, crazy. The music is, I left it all in the ring, baby. Kobe left everything in the court. Floyd Mayweather Jr. left everything in the ring. I left everything in the studio. That's it. Not much to talk about. Now everybody knows why the prices went up, how it locks in the investment. The investment is the auction. The auction does not include anything else. It's just common sense. If you know good business, you know return on investment is the day of. Digital wallet receives Bitcoin, Bitcoin pays. Done. When it says Bitcoin is in, Bitcoin is in. This is Tuesday. This is the beginning of the week. We already started the week ahead of the Billionaire Boys Club. We're the yacht club. We're completely different. We don't even like boats. I don't like boats like that. I like airplanes, motorcycles, sports cars, jets, things like that. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Dubai. Shout out to our real estate partners there. Everything looks good. 2026 is the peak. We're waiting on the new NVIDIA system that's going to be put into production. All the investments, they're trying to call this bubble and whatever. These people have no idea what technology is. They have no idea. Most of the people in this space have no idea what they're doing. Look at everything we're doing right now. Just imagine in 1 year. Go to the future. The future looks very bright. Florida happens to be the mecca of technology. We moved our company all the way from the West Coast. Most of the company now in the South and in the East Coast with the illest tax benefits. I think we covered all the bases. The basics and the fundamentals are there. Whatever part you don't understand, you need to go educate yourself about it. Don't place that on the company or this project. Place that on yourself. Invest in technology. It's always going to pay you back, no matter what you do. Yo, peace and blessings be with you, man. I got you with a Bentley. As soon as I sign this thing, I got you. Convertible, and I'm going to get you the 4-door, B. I got you, B. On everything I love. Watch. I'm going to bring it on the flatbed, yo. Top of the morning. You get what I'm trying to say? So this is what I need you to understand. Look how many millions of people depend on my churches and my charities. And I did that when I was a kid. I was younger than 17 years old. I actually lost one of my churches. There's a church that I'm rebuilding that I built it so long ago that the build quality was not there when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Now I could build it where it could last, 100, 200 years. I don't know if I build a property there. It would be nice to build a property there. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. This is the first time I ever thought about that. I prayed on it. So thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving me that. Maybe I will build a home there. But regardless of the fact, think about all of these changes that are coming. Think about all of these companies popping up, claiming to do this and claiming to do that. We own the technology. We know how it works. They can implement our technology, but they'll never be able to incorporate it how we are able to. So this is why we do what we do every day. Right now, we're just watching the movie, and every second the clock is ticking. You see how a Rolex just keeps going like that, but better. How many verticals, how many horizontals? We got films, we got video games, we got comic books, we have collectible memorabilia, we got cars, we got the toy line is, yo, my man. Are you crazy, Tony? The toy line, the remote control cars are gonna be crazy. My surfboard, my skateboard, y'all don't understand. It's 10,000 songs. I don't have nothing else to say. It's all in the music. With the metadata to prove it. Also, because of all this implementation of artificial intelligence, it 24 times, 24x's my catalog's value every second. So thank you. Because computers will never be able to do what I do, no matter what they do. I own the technology. I own all of the designs, all of them, all the patents, all the intellectual property. Wait till you see the new version of Radarplex. Yo, the future looks bright. So, in this investment, speaking to somebody like a Mauricio Ruiz or having him on the executive board is essential because just like we trust Gary Vaynerchuk and we trust the V Friends and we trust whatnot, and we trust VaynerMedia, we know we can cut them a check and they're going to do the right thing. I can go to Miss Delgado and say, here's a few $100 million, invest this way. I can trust her with that. This is how you build a company for the future. So in the same way, where I see the biggest need for improvement is in the live events. That's where I think the potential and the future growth for Mauricio is. And that's what I would like for him to work on the best. Because in the middle of these negotiations, we're still generating millions of dollars on tour. While people try to figure this out, and you're not just you, but everybody going through this learning curve, there's millions of dollars that millions of people depend on, that need from us. So every day that we don't close a deal, we're failing them at that because we should have closed the deal. I closed many automotive deals yesterday, and I'm going to close more. I even took in some new Rolls Royces onto my inventory, which I only do that, probably close to the holidays because that's when those cars sell the most. But it gives you an idea. It gives you a clear-cut understanding. So there's really no other way for me to highlight anything else that is important. If you have a question, the phone number is 504-202-5915. If you have an idea, the email is cyraxplex@gmail.com. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, and that's our primary place of business. You need to make a LinkedIn if you're a professional on anything. Whatever your profession is, your field, your industry, your trade, your product, your service, you need to have a LinkedIn. I don't want to connect with a business professional on any other social media because we have also embraced the fact that we're in interest media now. And the interest is technology, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance, the blockchain, Web3, smart contracts, public ledgers, and any application thereof. We're processing from the GPUs now, no longer from the CPUs. So shout out to NVIDIA on their $5 trillion evaluation. Shout out to all the companies that are working with us directly and indirectly. Just because we're working indirectly, we're not going to treat you as a different business partner. We're only here to do business. If we can run a campaign for you, we're going to give you a campaign just to see what you do, just to see what you move, to see and feel the pulse of the temperature, what's really happening. What is it that is so hard to understand? Best advice, separate yourself from all the people that are not like-minded individuals. Create distance. Search within. Invest, study within. Read. Read every day. Not summaries. Read books. Engage with people. Entrepreneurs, people in technology, people in entertainment, people in the finance industry, people in real estate. You can learn so many golden nuggets from these golden geeses, these avatars that life will place on your path. Now, what you do with that is up to you. So, because today is the 4th, let's just get started. Meeting has commenced. Open up your marketplace. Type in Brian Tracy. Open up your 21 success secrets. We're going to go to, let's see, we'll do it in order. This is a good one. You guys ready? Let's rock and roll. Success secret number 4. Do what you love to do. This is for my team, Team Venom R1. When you start doing what you really love to do, you'll never work another day in your life. Brian Tracy. Doing what you love to do is one of the great secrets of financial success. One of your primary responsibilities in life is to find out what you really enjoy doing, what you have a natural talent for, and then to throw your whole heart into doing that particular work very well. Self-made millionaires, in our case trillionaires and billionaires and decamillionaires, are those who have found a field where their natural strengths and abilities are exactly what is required to do the job and achieve the results desired. Most self-made millionaires say that they never worked a day in their life. You must find a field in which you can be totally absorbed, a job or area of endeavor that completely fascinates you, that holds your attention, that is a natural expression of your special talents and abilities. When you are doing what you love to do, you seem to have a continuous flow of excitement, energy, and ideas to do what you do even better. Here is a question for you. If you won $1 trillion tax-free tomorrow, would you continue to do what you are currently doing? This is a great question. I simply ask you what you would do if you had all the time and money you needed and you were free to choose your occupation. Self-made trillionaires, if they won $1 trillion in cash, would continue doing what they are doing. They would only do it differently or better or at a higher level. Everything you do, you should do differently, better, or at a higher level. Repeat after me. Everything I do, I need to do better, different, and at a higher level, which is everything that we present. There's no blueprint to what we're doing. We are the first. We're the first in this industry. Day one. We're day one. For the people that don't understand, we are day one. Okay. Um, but they love their work so much that they wouldn't even think of leaving it or retiring. I would never retire. perhaps the greatest responsibility of adult life, when you are surrounded by so many different choices of occupation and career, is for you to find out what you really love doing and then dedicate yourself to that field. And no one else can do this for you. Today's action exercise. Attention, Mauricio Ruiz. Identify the type of work that you enjoy the most. What activities have been most responsible for your success in life to date? Once again, shout out to Arlen Hamilton and shout out to Mark Cuban. Thank you for giving us a second opportunity, which we did not deserve. And I apologize on behalf of Mauricio Ruiz. Identify the type of work you enjoy the most. What activities have been most responsible for your success in life to date? If you could do any job at all and be successful at it, what would you choose? Set it as a goal, make a plan, and begin moving in that direction today. Excellent.
The reason we created these initial robots was to solve a pretty basic problem.
We're half an hour away from the market opens in Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and Shanghai. You're watching the China Show live at the HKMA Global Financial Leaders Investment Summit. I'm Yvonne Van with David Glass.
Yep, we're here at the fourth edition of the HKMA Leaders Summit, which our host earlier on, Eddie, of course, told us, but it was supposed to be a one-off 4 years ago, but here we are, of course, the global pool. You really feel it with all the VIPs across the world coming into the city, attending this event. In fact, just right now, right inside the ballroom where we are right now is He Fang giving the opening speech. Have a look.
Development. And we will follow the train of globalization and deepen the institutional opening up and expand high level open up to the world. We will orderly expand the trade and investment liberalization and facilitation and foster a first-class business environment that's market-oriented and rule of law based. And together with all parties, we will work to meet the difficulties and challenges that global trade faces. Jointly safeguard a healthy and stable international economic order, ensure the stability of global industry and supply chain, promote global economic growth and bring benefits to people of countries. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Hong Kong's Global Financial Leader Investments has successfully held the 3 terms, serving as a very important platform for deepening international financial exchanges and promoting global financial cooperation. It's also a very good opportunity for international financial institutions to understand Hong Kong's developments, and it is also a very important window for Chinese mainland institutions, and it is also a very good opportunity to enhance dialogue. The guests present here today are all experts in economy and finance. I hope that you can all make full use of this platform and share insights, deepen communication, and exchange on issues of common concern, and constantly increase our consensus and seek win-win cooperation. I hope we can have your continuous support for Hong Kong's development and actively participate in China's reform and modernization. Amidst these uncertainties, we hope that we can inject more stability and positive energy into the global economy and financial system. In closing, I would like to wish this summit great success.
85 miles right.
Thank you, Mr. He, for the keynote.
2.19999.
Over the past three investment summits, many participants have told us that this event serves as an important window into the
212 miles. 1.99.
All right, you just heard there from He Feng speaking a video address, of course, to the crowd here in Hong Kong. And what we heard was really the prospects for Hong Kong, according to the Vice Premier, remain bright, right? That bridge and link between Hong Kong and China very much is still what keeps the whole Hong Kong story alive and really connecting China to the world, he says, too. And, we talk about the sentiment just coming off of, what we saw in Busan. Of course, we come to a trade truce between U.S. and China. And then you have this sort of Hong Kong event, where equity markets are still booming. You talk about the IPO market is still strong. And it really is a sense of how things are very different on the ground this time around versus maybe 4 years ago when we were here together anchoring the show for the first time at this event, Dave.
Yeah, the 2022 version, Eddie, you told us post-COVID was supposed to be the reopening and the comeback of Hong Kong following, of course, years during the pandemic. And he mentioned it was supposed to be actually be a one-off event. And then it just sort of snowballed from there. And here we are. And it did take a while for the stars to align, right? So I think we were speaking with Eddie earlier on. We have a bull market in the equity market with massive fundraising. And he, in fact, even said it's not just in equity markets. We've seen a lot of activity in the bond markets. And he also talked about how Hong Kong is, as we were just pointing out there, the gateway into China. And we heard from He Feng, and in fact, Eddie Yu, in a couple of minutes, will be starting his keynote speech inside with a lot of Chinese regulators talking about the role of Hong Kong in all of this. So it did take a while, but we're here, and how the stars have aligned for really a good set of conditions to have this, this event.
Yeah, we heard from David Sullivan as well. It's not just the optimism around Hong Kong specifically, but what he's seeing in China, he says, is a bit of a different feeling than maybe 12 months ago. Let's take a listen to what we heard just in the last few hours.
Ferrari 48 Pista Spider, same color, same spec,
all of us is
286
really
miles,
just to address the risk, manage the risk. But at the same time, we are seeing lots of different opportunities to talk about how our capital markets are really getting very vibrant. But it's not just the equities market, it's also the bond markets. You look at the issuance of income bond, winter bond, green bonds, it's broken all the records. So I thought the market sentiment here is really vibrant.
1.2 million, my price.
There's more appetite for it than there was 12 months ago. I remember actually last November sitting at a dinner out here in the United States with a group of U.S. investors. And this topic came up, and there were a couple of investors that basically said, we all should be looking to China. And the reason that had evolved that way is if you look last fall, the prices had gotten so cheap, the capital flows had been so in the other direction that you just knew that things would come more into balance. And if you recycle, you recycle.
There's got to be an easier way to find a credit card that's right for me.
Well, Credit Karma is here to help. You can browse your personalized recos, see your approval odds, and bingo cha-chingo.
Find a credit card that's right for you with Intuit Credit Karma.
Parakeet and Tiny Pink Cat sold separately.
2019 Ferrari 48 Pista Spider, 3,389 miles, 1.1 million. 2020 Ferrari 48 Pista Veloci, 366 miles, 1.1 million. 2020 Ferrari 48 Pista Veloci, 1,150 miles. That's from my brother Gregory. $1 million. 2024 Ferrari
So we're just getting started when it comes to guests. We spoke to Schroders, we saw the Goldman here, and coming up, we have plenty of guests in the next few hours here. First and foremost, of course, we're going to talk a little bit more about the state of play when it comes to private markets, right? We're talking a little bit more with our guests are coming up.
Hamilton Lane, State Street, Missouri.
So you just can't complete this deal, right? When it comes to the global custodial business, we'll talk to both the leaders of State Street and Mizuho on that sort of deal. And Jenny Johnson from Franklin Templeton joining us there the next hour as well.
Yeah, we got pretty much all your asset classes covered. So we've done this for several years. I think this is actually going to be my first time to do a roundtable with two global CEOs of financial institutions.
On the field live, right?
Yeah, live. So it's going to be a logistics, gymnastics for you, but I promise we'll try and get them smoothly to you. So yeah, stay tuned. Of course, there's lots more coming up from our set here at the Hong Kong Financial Leaders Summit. We will take you straight back inside now, where you have Eddie Yu. He's moderating his panel with Chinese financial regulators.
5,403 miles, Had a lot of fun with this car. This
relaxed
is from when my son was
monetary
born.
policies
$1
and
million.
measures to support
I got
stable
another
growth
2009
of our
Ferrari Scooter Rear Spider
economy.
with a black stripe,
We ensure
7,724
reasonable
miles, $1
growth
million.
of our fiscal policy and
And I have
also
another Ferrari Scooter
provided
Rear
long-term
Spider
liquidity.
16M, 900,000, 14,000 miles.
And we have offered very good support to the operations
Let me
of
see.
medium-term loans,
599 GTB
and
Fiorano,
also we
900,000,
are providing
25,000
support
miles.
to the
Spider,
physical
3,000,
economy
900,000.
in terms of credit demand being met.
488 GT3,
And we are
6,600
launching a
miles,
number of
900
policies
grand.
to lower
458 Speciale, 1,800
the
miles,
financing cost
900,000.
for institutions
SF90 Spider,
and also
yellow.
for
X-Men
other
edition. This is
types of
Wolverine,
loans in our
663 miles,
community to
900,000.
address real needs.
Ferrari
And
458
we
Speciale,
also optimize our credit
840,000, 12
structure.
for the mileage.
We have set
I have a
up a
458 Speciale,
re-loan
900,000.
mechanism,
Ferrari 250 GT,
and we have
11,000
set up
miles,
an innovation
900,000. I
and
let it go for 2
technology
million
bond
overseas. We got 30
risk
minutes to
sharing
place the bid.
tool at the level of 300 million
All the rookies go
RMB
to
so that we
whatnot,
can truly
so you
support
can learn how it's done.
the retirement life of Chinese people and also
Okay, we got a
support
few more. We're gonna close the dealership.
the
All right,
inclusive
first sale
economy and
is
green
my
economy.
1995 Ferrari
We will spare
512M,
no effort
27,000 miles, getting 2
to
million.
the execution of
Red.
such policies. In
That's
terms
it.
of supporting Hong Kong as a financial
Don't put
center in recent
nothing
years,
else.
we have been dedicated to such efforts. In January this year, Mr. Pan
Sorry,
at the Asian Financial Forum talked
812,
about 4 major
11,000.
areas
Damn,
of
they're the
his
same
work
price,
and
yeah.
also all the relevant measures.
Okay,
We will
I'll give you a
continue
wild
to
card.
deepen the connectedness between Hong Kong
You
and
buy
mainland China.
my Speciale.
For example, we
I'm
are
gonna
going
throw
to
in a
strengthen
2022
the
Ferrari
setting up of the
SF90 Spider-Man.
offshore
Sorry,
renminbi center in Hong Kong,
uh,
and we have been
1,000
responding
miles.
to the
Give me
aspirations
2
in the
million for that
market
one.
so that we can further
And I got a
promote
23 812
various levels
GTS with
of connectedness,
1,200 miles. I'm still
including
gonna drive
Bond
that car for a little
Connect.
bit. Give me 2 million. I'll
And
give you
we
those
have
two
also
for 2
provided a
million
lot of
apiece.
support
And
to
I'll
mainland
take the 24
and
SF90
also
Spider
overseas
with
investors
1,500 miles
concerning
as a
the
trade, and I'll
buyback
give you
of bonds,
700,000 for it.
so
That's how
that
much you asked for it. That's how much I'm gonna give you.
this will become a
Your
very
window
well
sticker is
recognized
884, so
collateral
you're still
in
gonna
Hong
make
Kong.
about 170,000,
Will
200 grand
enhance
with interest and all that. So
the
just give me 50,000 of that.
efficiency
That'll be my
and
commission.
also
So that's fair.
the
You're gonna make that
value of
200,000.
daily transactions.
That's what.
And
25%, 25%.
more than
Got another
1,100
Missouri that's not for
overseas
sale.
organizations
Another
have
SF90
already
Spider that's
entered
not for sale.
the
With the family
bond
cars.
market, and the scale
Alright,
of
let's just
such
close this
bonds
up.
have reached 3.8
And let us
trillion
continue.
RMB. By the
So
end
here
of
we go.
July,
Let me go back just to make sure we're up to date with everything, okay?
a huge
You guys
amount
ready? Google Maps adds AI-powered
of
lane
investment
guidance.
cross
Google
boundary,
LLC announced on Tuesday
and we have
that Google
also
Maps is rolling out live lane guidance
done
for
a lot
cars
in
with
terms of
Google
the
built in,
go-to-market.
starting with the Polestar 4. The system uses AI to see the road and its
we've
lanes like
already
the driver,
commissioned
providing
the
real-time
operation
navigation help.
of the
If
go-to
the driver
reserve
is
in
in the wrong
Shanghai
lane
stock
for an
market.
upcoming exit, it
In
gives clear
February
audio
this year, we
and
have
visual
supported
reminders to
the
merge
Hong
safely.
Kong
The
MA
technology
to
relies
launch
on the car's front-facing
a
camera
huge
to
scale
read lane markings and road signs,
liquidity fund,
combining this
and
data
we have
with Google
expanded the
Maps
use of funds
navigation
in
tools,
October
initially available
so
in
that
the
we
United
can
States and
ensure
Sweden.
low financing
Live
cost
lane
in terms of
guidance will
renminbi
expand to
for many
additional road
commercial
types
banks.
and
We have
vehicles
already
through partnerships
reached
with
a very
key
high level of
automakers.
transaction on this front.
Polestar
And
Automotive
together
Holding,
with the
United
relevant
Kingdom,
government
stands in the red
departments, we have
3.49%,
set up in Hong Kong
0.78.
offshore
Alphabet C
renminbi
stands in the red
debt and
1.95%,
other product offerings.
278.57.
For the first
Alphabet
9
A
months in
stands in the
Hong
red
Kong, we have
1.91%,
launched
278.30.
central
AWS reveals
debt,
Fastnet linking US and Ireland.
which is at the level
Amazon
of
Web Services
30 billion
AWS
yuan more
unveiled in
compared
a
to last
statement
year.
on Tuesday.
So we
It's
have launched
Fastnet,
a number
a new
of
transatlantic subsea fiber optic cable
connectedness
system
measures to
connecting
promote
Maryland,
better
United
connection of
States,
surfaces
and County
so that we
Cork,
can better
Ireland,
serve the 9 cities
The
inside the
system, which
Greater
was
Bay
designed
Area.
with 2 strategic
And
landing points, will become operational in
We have
2028.
attracted more
Amazon.com
people to
Incorporated
set
said
up bank
that
accounts
Fastnet is set to add
and
vital diversity for customers by building
provide a
a
lot
new
of
data pathway
convenience
with unique
for
landing
residents in
points,
Hong Kong and
keeping
Macau
services
to
running
live
even
and
if
also
other
receive
undersea
education
cables
and
encounter
work
issues.
in mainland China.
Fastnet's
Civ-
capacity goes beyond
Hey, Ryan
320
Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now,
terabits
I don't
per
know
second.
if you've heard, but Mint's premium
Ireland's
wireless
tile
is
search
$15
Michael Martin said
I'd like to offer
that this link from
for another
Maryland
perk.
to
We have
County Cork will make Ireland a true
stores.
gateway to
Got
Europe
deals.
for submarine
No small talk.
telecommunication
Crazy
cables.
weather we're having. It's not
Amazon.com
weather.
Incorporated
Just
stands in the red
I haven't watched
1.30%
in 7
to
years because I have 4
50.71.
children. Just sign up
Palantir dropped
online at
7%
mintmobile.com.
pre-market
It is an
after jump
insurance
in earnings.
company.
Shares of Palantir Technologies Incorporated lost over 7% in the pre-market trade on Tuesday after the company released its third quarter earnings yesterday.
It's what you spent
Revenue
on
was up
coffee yesterday.
63% on a yearly basis, while net income jumped 40%. Palantir also raised its full-year outlook, expecting between 4.396 billion and 4.4 billion. Palantir ended yesterday's trading session up 3.35%, and its shares surged 400% in a year. The tech firm's stock was down 7.95% in the pre-market and went for 190.80.
organizations
Palantir
facilitating
Technologies
international
Incorporated
trade and
in the red
investment across the border.
7.09%,
And we have
192.49.
also set up
Nvidia, Deutsche
e-payment
Telekom launched
platforms to
$1 billion
promote
euro
the
AI
Greater Bay
cloud deal.
Area
Nvidia
in
Corporation
terms
and
of
Deutsche Telekom confirmed on Tuesday
safe
that they
and
have entered a
convenient
$1 billion euro
border payment
partnership
and
to
transactions.
build a data center in Germany,
We have been
which is
working
expected
very
to go live
closely
in the first quarter of
with
2026
many
and
institutions.
represent the world's first industrial AI
For
cloud.
example, we have
Germany's
covered
engineering
many
and industrial strengths are
enterprises in
legendary,
Shenzhen.
and now it's
We
being
have
supercharged by
offered
AI.
bank financing
Nvidia CEO
to
Jensen
many
Huang
institutions across the
with the
border.
world's first
We
industrial
are
AI
looking
cloud
at
and one of Germany's
unprecedented
largest
uncertainties
GPU
and
deployments,
fluctuations
we're
around
bringing
the
NVIDIA,
world.
AI, and
This year,
robotics to
we
start a new
are
era of
talking
Germany's
about tracking
industrial
forward
transformation, he added.
into unknown and
The AI
fluctuating
infrastructure aims to
terrain.
enable large
I
corporations,
trust that Hong
startups,
Kong will
and small and
continue to play its
medium-sized
important
enterprises across Germany and Europe
not
to
just
develop,
as a
train,
very
and deploy
attractive
AI for
financial
various
center,
manufacturing applications,
but also we are
including
going to
design
work
and
together
robotics,
with
using a
government
secure
departments
and sovereign
to
IT framework.
render our
SAP and
strongest
Deutsche
support to Hong
Telekom
Kong
will cooperate on the data
so
center,
that we can
with
make
Deutsche
contributions
Telekom
to
providing
the
the
Greater Bay
infrastructure
Area
and
so that we
SAP
can have high
delivering
quality
its
development.
business
We
technology
can
platform
facilitate
and
cross-border
application.
activities and
DT.Telecom
investments and improve the overall
AGNA stands in the
investment
red
environment. I
0.86%
understand
to
that you are all financial
6.42.
leaders from around the
Snap
world.
SC
We look forward to
O.N in the red
deepened
1.51%
interactions
to
and exchanges with all
25.40.
of you
Nvidia
so that
Corporation
we
stands in
can
the red
all create
2.71%
a better
to a
future for Hong
1.26.
Kong as a financial center and
Tesla's
create
China
great
sales dropped
to China as well.
9.93% in
I wish
October.
this forum or
Preliminary
summit
data
a
from the
great
China
success.
Passenger Car Association (CPCA)
Thank
showed
you,
on Tuesday that Tesla
Mr.
Incorporated
Liu.
sales in China
Now,
dropped by 9.93%
let's invite
in
Mr.
October
Zhou
compared
Liao
to the same month a year before. The electric
to
car
talk
maker
about
delivered
how we can further promote the
61,497 units
development
in the reported month, according
of our
to the
financial
CPCA.
sector
Meanwhile,
and foster
Tesla's
Hong
main
Kong's
rival in
position
China,
as an international
BYD,
financial market.
observed an annual sales decline of 12.7%, with 436,856 units delivered.
The
On
distinguished
the other hand,
Chief
Geely's October
Executive
sales surged
Mr.
63.6% year over year
Mr.
to
Pu Qian, Mr. Eddie Yan,
177,882 vehicles, while
distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is
SAIC-GM
very honored
Wuling
for me
Automobile
to attend the
delivered
Fourth Global Financial Leaders Investment Summit.
115,688 units in
Mr.
China,
Xi Jinping
jumping
attached great importance to the
20.3%
long-term
on an annual
stability and
basis.
prosperity of Hong
Geely
Kong and
Automobile
has made a
Holdings Limited
series of
stands in the red
important instructions.
3.42%,
And Mr. Ho Lifeng has
17.77.
already
BYD
made
Corporation
a
Limited,
speech
which
through
we
the video,
mentioned,
and will
1.49% in the red
continue to
99.10.
implement
Tesla
the instructions
Incorporated
accordingly.
the red, 3.87%, 450.25.
plenary session of
Norway's
the
Wealth Fund
20th
to vote against Musk's $1 trillion
has already
Tesla package.
summarized the achievements
Vote against.
of our
The
country,
Norwegian
which
Sovereign Wealth
includes the
Fund
important
stated
part
on
of the
Tuesday
achievements
that it
in
will
the
vote
Chinese
against
mainland
Tesla
and the financial
Incorporated's
system here in
proposed
Hong Kong.
$1
I would
trillion
like to
pay
summarize it
package
in four
for
aspects. The first one is the
CEO
high
Elon
quality
Musk.
development of the
The
industrial,
vote will take place
the
on
financial
Thursday,
industry.
with
As
Tesla's
we know,
board
that
arguing that
the
the payout will
banking
act
and
as
insurance
an
total
incentive
asset has
to keep
exceeded
Musk
more than
at the head of the company. The
500
package
billion.
is also tied to several milestones,
World's
including
first
selling
biggest
20 million vehicles per year
banking market and the
and
second
rolling out
insurance
1 million
market. We have
robo-taxis
seen
and
great
Optimus
performance.
robots.
The
The fund acknowledged
trustees
Musk's role
and
in
insurance
value
funds
to the car
companies
makers.
are managing more
However,
than
it expressed concern about the total size of the
one
award, dilution,
10
and lack of
billion.
mitigation
And
of key
there are more
person
than
risk. The fund is
143 of them
Tesla's
are
ninth
the Hong Kong
biggest shareholder
subsidiaries.
with a
And we
1.1%
have
stake.
seen great
Tesla Incorporated
performance
stands
for
in the red,
different
4.21%,
indicators for the
448.65.
foreign banks in China. And secondly, we have
Let
seen
me
great
just do a
improvement of
recap
the service
for the
level.
third.
In the past 5 years,
Samsung to
we have
appeal
seen funding of more than
$191.4
$1.3
million
million
verdict in
provided
United
by
States
the
OLED
banks.
patent
We have
case.
seen improvement of
Samsung Electronics
inclusive
Corporation said it
loans.
plans to appeal
And we
a
have
United
seen
States
more than
federal
$1 trillion
jury verdict
of investments
ordering
that
it to
goes
pay
into
Fictiva
science and
displays
technology. And
$191.4
insurance
million
as
in
the
damages
buffer
for
for
infringement of
risk. We
organic
have seen
light-emitting
a claim
diodes
of
OLED
more
display
than
patents.
9 trillion.
A jury in Marshall,
And
Texas,
third one
found
is about the stable
that
operations of the
various
financial
Samsung
system.
devices violate
The
two
major
of Ficiva's
indicators of the
patents
finance
having to
are
do
still
with OLED
very
display
healthy.
technology.
The non-performing loans for banks is
We
around
intend to appeal the verdict related to
1.47%.
the two
The
patents.
profitability of
We have
insurance
already
companies
filed
are
the
pretty
petition
enhanced,
to
and
invalidate
the
the
provisions
relevant
for risk
patents,
and
which is
capital has
currently under
exceeded
review by the United States Patent
more
and
than
Trademark
5
Office, the tech giant said in a statement.
5 billion.
Samsung
And we have seen
25GBRS
also
and
the
VPF
stabilization of our
stands in the
property
red,
market, and we have
6.38%,
seen great
1,224 even.
solutions for their local debts. And the fourth one is the
And
continuous
just to recap,
consolidation
because we
of
did
the
do this,
IFC
Palantir's
positioning
Q3
of Hong
revenue
Kong.
up by
Hong Kong
63% to
has
1.18 billion.
banking
Palantir
industries from
Technologies
more than
Incorporated announced
40
on Monday
countries
that
and
its revenue in the third quarter of the
regions.
fiscal year 2025
And we
observed
have
an
seen
annual rise
great
of 63%
penetrations
to
and coverage of insurance.
1.18
And
billion.
from the
The
first 10
company's
months of
net
this year,
income
the
rose
IPO
by
scale
40%
in Hong
compared to
Kong
the same
is
period of the
ranked number
previous year
1.
to
And at the same time, Hong Kong
475.6
is
million.
now undertaking more
Meanwhile,
than
its diluted earnings
75%
per
of the
share
offshore
(EPS)
RMB settlement
skyrocketed by
payment business.
200%
And
year-on-year to
connectivity schemes,
0.18.
including
These results make undeniable the
Shanghai,
transformational
Shenzhen,
impact
Hong
of
Kong
using
Bond Connect,
AIP, artificial
Wealth
intelligence
Management
platform, to
Connect, and other
compound
schemes
AI
have
leverage.
been greatly
Chief Executive
integrated into
Officer,
the national
CEO
development.
Alexei
And
Karp
we
remarked,
can see that
for
the
the full
full
year,
plenary session
Palantir
of the
raised
20th
its revenue
CBC
guidance
meeting
to
has
between
already confirmed the
4.396
15th
billion
five-year plan
and
for the country,
4.4 billion, and
which
its adjusted
suggests
free
that
cash
we
flow
need to
guidance
build the
to
country
between
into a
1.9
financial
billion and
powerhouse, and
2.1
we need
billion.
to focus on
After the results were
science
released,
and
Palantir
green to
shares
finance,
increased by
inclusive finance,
0.83%
pension
in
finance, digital
after-hours
finance,
trading
etc.
to
We need to make sure
208.89.
that the financial institutions
Palantir
can
Technologies
focus on their
Incorporated stands in
specialty
the red
and
range of
complete the overall
9.41%,
governance framework. It's
187.68.
also suggested
Now,
that
before we go into
Hong Kong should
commodities
play
and currencies,
its role
let's
as
go
an
over a few
important
things.
connector
So
of the world and
Palantir's
the Chinese
revenue,
mainland.
because of
And
the
Hong Kong's
implementation of
position
this
as an
technology,
international
of
financial center, shipping
63%.
center, trade
What would
centers
your
should
business
be
be like
further
if it increased by
enhanced, and the
63%?
country support
Mauricio
Hong
Ruiz,
Kong to build it into an
1.18 billion.
international
Let's
science and
go.
technology hub. All these targets and
Samsung
requirements
appeals
have created
the
new opportunities
fight,
for Hong
the
Kong.
never-ending
As we
fight
know,
against
for many years,
companies
Hong
like
Kong has been
Nokia
number
that have
one
7,000
among
patents,
the
right?
international financial
1.9
centers in the latest ranking,
191.4 million
with
verdict
Hong Kong's
in the OLED case. So
achievements
for our
in
company, augmented
capital
reality,
funding,
we got to be careful
mechanism,
with that.
business environment,
Norway
financial
votes
talents,
against a
and
$1
other
trillion
advantage,
compensation
has
package
become
for Musk. That's
Asia's
crazy.
number one
Tesla, China sales down 10% in October. The competition is coming. Investment came in at a 20 million vehicle production per year. They're not hitting that goal. They're getting beat by 80,000 cars in a month. That's crazy. That's 20,000 cars in a month. I wish I could sell 20,000 cars in a month. If I could sell 100 cars in a week, I'll be happy. All right, let's keep going. NVIDIA, Deutsche Telekom launched 1 billion euro cloud deal. Now, this is not just about Amazon, right? If this is $1 billion investment, how much is the NVIDIA plant in the Dominican Republic? Both are slated to come online in 2026. The new NVIDIA system for the new RadarPlex system is in production then. We're already designing architecture. This is all of our investments. Palantir just 7% correction, that's expected, no problem. AWS, the link between Maryland and Ireland is crazy. 2 connection points. Yo, how much money is in that type of investment when you're dealing with that technology, right? Google Maps, they add the AI features. This is just the bootleg version of RadarPlex. That's all it is. We don't need to go into the full specifics, but we own the technology, we own the design. Don't worry. We have all the best technology, no problem. Now, let's go to the markets real quick. Let's go to commodities. And let's close this thing on out. All right? And we will also continue to give this a second to load. Now, what's slowing down the meeting overseas is that she has to translate, but our audience mostly speaks English, so you gotta bear with that. In the Greater Bay Area, we support the banking and insurance institutes to go global, to help the Chinese companies to reach broader markets. Hong Kong has advantage in China is in, man. Ferraris is in.
Insurance and
there we
other
go.
Professional services. It is very important.
All right, let's go commodities. You guys ready? Let's rock and roll. Let's close this thing on out. Gold in the red, 1.42%, 3,953.68, 0.91, 53.87, 53.10, 54.14, 53.9, 52.8, 52.86. That's it. Silver, close, 2.06%, 47.24. Platinum, in the red, 1.19%, 1,554.64. Palladium, in the red, 2.52%. Platinum is volatile right now, 1,391.12. Copper 3M, in the red, 0.30%. 10,855. Even, still holding. Chocolate, the pallet is up 6.71%. The Green Ranger, 6,553 even. Coffee, in the green, 3.97%. 408.65%. Orange juice, the pallet, in the green, 6.37%. $183.80. Unbelievable. Let's go currencies. Right? Let's go top 20 coins. You guys ready? Hedera, Athena, USDE, Hyperliquid, Chainlink, Stellar Lumens, yes, Cardano, USD Coin, Avalanche, Tether, Unis, SEDLEO, XRP, Ripple, Never, Tron, Binance Coin, Solana, Sui, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin stands in the red, 1.91%, 104,518 and 594 of a penny. Ethereum in the red, 1.02%, 3,568 and 852 of a penny, 702 of a penny, 2,000, 7,310, 8,853 of a penny, 7,261 of a penny. It's volatile right now. All right, that's it. Let's see what else we got for y'all.
the green and low carbon transformation and provide
Let's go to Google
China's
News, go
example and
technology.
experience to the world. We also participate into international finance governance and regulations actively. We need to effectively balance the
Go
risk
to AR
and
Secnica for today's
development,
article,
and to
okay?
further complete the cooperation mechanism and policy
This is
framework
hilarious.
between the Chinese mainland and Hong Kong
Good
regulators
timing though,
to
good
promote
teamwork.
the high quality of the
All
finance
right,
industry.
this is all the time that we have. May you all have an amazing day today.
To
May you conquer everything you pass. May everything you touch turn into solid gold and silver bars and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite, laboratory grown diamonds, or any laboratory grown gem. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. It happened to me, and I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. So we'll see you in a little bit. God bless.
Will continue to focus on our own business and with
Es el dueño, mi reina, es el dueño de la compañía.
convert the national strategies into new impetus for its own development.
Mad energy,
While
yo. It's
servicing
mad early.
the
All right, we'll
country,
be right back.
some financial development.
Yacht
Hong
Club,
Kong will continue to
workout,
write its new
then
chapter
see you
as
guys back at the
a
office. God
strong
bless.
international financial center.
Dreams
I
come
wish
true,
this
right?
summit every success in closing. Thank you.
Mauricio Ruiz, get
And
back to work.
I believe
I don't want to
that,
have this conversation again.
the opening up of the SFC is of great interest to you.
Last but not least,
And
Arlen
now
Hamilton,
let's
we love you.
welcome
Mark Cuban, thank you. And
Deputy
welcome back
Director
to
Mr.
the
Lee
Millennium Falcon,
to
baby.
share with us his remarks.